So the S rankers are about to spar, and you got Cha, Bake, Big Man, and Skinny Dude versus Muscles, Dami Mommy, Kaminari, and Tweaker. Let's run it. For frame 1, we get a shot of the feet, and I know some of y'all watching this screen salivating with your freaky selves. Yeah, I see y'all. You're caught, bro. But Big Man hits the fee 5-4 thumb and throws a punch, and they get to boxing. Then you got Kaminari chasing down Skinny Dude, speed blitzes him, throws a kick and misses, hits the chase down, and Skinny Dude is shook like bro.
Whoa, calm down, Jamal.
Bro tries to grab his wrist but gets weaved, and he moves to the right, almost getting clipped by bro's attack. He shoots 4 more, but Kami schmoves out the way, but bro gets his man's hit like watch where you're jumping, gang. Then Big Man with his size 50s tries to turn Muscles into a pancake but gets dodged. My boy Bake chasing after Tweaker, and it was at this moment that Tweaker realized he was not built for this. And this guy jumping like he's Mario, but Bake decided to lock in and clap his cheeks real quick. And as soon as he does, Tweaker pulls the
"That's it, I'm out of here"
and hits the dash. Take him out, coach. He's not ready. But Bake runs up on him, throws a big right, and I'm not sure if that hit or not. Who knows?
But anywho,
cut to the Big Man, and he's been cooked by Muscles over here. Got bro looking like Snorlax.
This nigga is trash.
Kami got the Skinny Dude pinned up like, bro, what are you doing? Bake is trying to hit Tweaker, and Tweaker's doing his best Ida impression, and he's off to the races again. But Bake runs into Muscles and Kami, and you already know how they get down in anime. It's time to jump.
He's out of line, but he's right.
But Cha's actually cooking over here. She's saucing this girl up with the craziest dance moves you've ever seen. And the animation on Cha right here got her looking nice. But Dami Mommy gets hit with a right, left, uppercut, major look, tag, you're it. She's out of there. Bake is holding his own in the 2v1, and Cha's coming in to help. And Tweaker comes out of nowhere trying to grab her like he's a prime sub on Twitch, but gets backhanded into horny jail. And since bro couldn't get a touch, he decides to crash out. Bro starts throwing everything in the book, and I don't think he's trying to win. I'm 90% sure he's trying to murk her. Tweaker throws a big right, and I gotta ask, where were you trying to hit? She's over here, bruh, cause ain't no way you thought that punch was gonna hit. But Tweaker tries to throw a big kick, and Jin Woo steps in because he cannot let his shorty get clipped like that. But wait a minute, how many girls do you have, bro? And Jin Woo over here trying to be Captain Save the Huzz, flips bro over, slams him into the ground, and told that man, yeah, go ahead and log out for me, buddy. But Goto didn't like seeing his mans get pressed like that. And he tells the translator to tell Jin Woo he wants to run the ones. And Jin Woo says, I bet, so let's do it. So the fight's about to start, and on frame 1, Jin Woo is already talking trash. Like, that's how you know he's not locked. He is not taking this fight serious at all, gang. But Goto tries to sneak Jin Woo while he's talking, like bro's not here to yap. He's here to scrap. He ain't wasting no time. Let's get it. The smoke clears, and Jin Woo jumps back, and look how his arms are moving right here. Got all this zest on my screen. Like, what are we doing? And peep how Goto is staring down Jin Woo. He's giving him the meanest side eye you've ever seen. And look at this. We're back to our usual scheduled programming of aura farm level. We got Goto tight because he knows he'll never have this level of aura. Goto readies another attack and gets to cooking, pushing Jin Woo back, but my guy's about to find out why it's called solo leveling and not Goto leveling. Jin Woo is dodging his attacks, and wait, is this guy smiling? Jin Woo isn't even taking this man seriously. Like, Goto is sitting up in his gaming chair spamming all the controls trying to hit something, but all he's connecting with is air. Oh nah. You see how he's looking at Jin Woo? I know he figured out Jin Woo was trolling by now, and he is not a happy camper. He starts throwing punches faster thinking that's gonna help. Buddy, you are not jeering. And look at this. This man Goto is putting his all into this fight, and Jin Woo is just standing there dodging. Hasn't even thrown a single attack yet. Yeah, Goto, I'm not gonna lie. You might be cooked. You see the other S rankers watching, and I know they're glazing. Jin Woo's putting on an absolute clinic about how to embarrass somebody. And nah. Jin Woo is hitting a flash step, stick and move combo like he's prime Muhammad Ali. Got my man's moving like he's Della right now. And you gotta think, if he's done throwing all these punches but hasn't connected a single one, wouldn't you change up the strategy? I don't know. That's just me. Look at Cha right here, eyes glued on Jin Woo. I wonder what she's thinking right now. Jin Woo is still dodging Goto, just toying with this man. And Goto got the chase down Hall of Fame, gets close and misses again. And you know what Jin Woo does? Run away again. But Goto hits the where do you think you're going, buddy? Throws a right hook, but Jin Woo jumps into the air, starts trolling this man again. And nah, Goto is pissed. Like, bro is legitimately tweaking right now. Goto charges up, speed blitzes Jin Woo, finally lands a hit on the king, raising his cheek. Throws a fast left with all the force in the world, and I know that one had to have connected. That attack had everybody shook. All right, I'ma head out. It was a pleasure doing business with you. Goto got his hand caught by Jin Woo, and I know for a fact he's not getting away. And you see the way Jin Woo is smiling? Like, bro, the moment you see somebody smiling in a fight, yeah, it's over. And look at Goto. This man is smiling too. And I gotta know, why are you smiling? You've been getting embarrassed this entire time. But the look in both of their eyes tells me everything I need to know. These two are some battle craving, aura farming, adrenaline junkies. They both jump back and get to charging their auras, and oh boy, it's time for the climax. All the other S-Rings are shook because they know what's about to happen next. They both ready their attacks, and their guy stopped them, because if they would have done their attacks, somebody was gonna die. And all I'm gonna say is, it was gonna be Goto, respectfully. But now, it's time for the Jeju Island raid. So let's get into it. All of Japan's S-Ranks let off their aura so that the ants will come out, and Korea's S-Ranks are about to move in. And if you read the light novel or the manhwa, Japan is really trying to backdoor them on this mission. We don't keep that to ourselves for now. The ants come out flying straight to the helicopter, and Choi sets up trying to flex, talking about I can handle it like he's Jaden Smith.
Can we talk about like the political and economic state of the world right now?
And turns the ants into a barbecue. And he's over here cheesing because he knows he's that nigga. Got his cape fluttering in the breeze trying to aura farm. Bro, I see you. Japan is wiping out the foot soldiers outside, and this man is still tweaking.
Hello?
Like, bro, he realized he is just not built for this. Choi puts up a barrier to keep the ants out and does a fire attack to figure out where the queen is based on the furthest tunnel. Then they get to the egg chamber, and me personally, I would have let these eggs burn. I would have had to pull a Killmonger because I'm not letting nobody respawn. Then they see a giant egg that is just hatched, and I'm not gonna lie, that thing is big.
Pause.
But I don't think I want to stick around and find out what just came out of that. Got me like Zuma, the lights are too bright. But the team outside is chilling like nothing is going on, and bro needs to be healed, but the girl is playing around not trying to heal her mans. But that will be the last move she ever made, because Chairman Go, respectfully, I quit. Y'all got it. I don't think I have the facilities for this, big bro. Then the dude with the muscles gets his melon taken off. So bro with the sword starts chasing after the creature, talking about I understand it now. And he slices, but gets his melon knocked off too. Nah, bro, whatever this is, I'm good. Back in the tunnel, the S-Rankers are getting warmed up before they get to the queen, and Bae gives him a speech like he's Optimus Prime, so it's time to go to work. Cut to Japan's S-Rankers outside, and they went to go check on the squad, but as soon as they found out what happened, bro starts tweaking because of the smell. Got bro sweating and tweaking like, bro, you gotta chill. But he decides to pull a Todoroki and creates a giant glacier and puts himself in his own ice like, buddy, you are not Aang. But this doesn't stop the ant from getting to him, and we don't get a scene of what happens next, but all I can say is it's curtains for them. And now it's time for the main event, because the squad in the tunnel got to the queen's chambers, and the queen made sure she wasn't caught lacking and had some of the soldiers ready to slide for her. Min gives everybody a buff to their stats, and you got the tank walking like he's Benjamin Beans, but bro decides to eat the Mario giant mushroom and gets big. Oh yeah, we might be alright. Claire lets off a fire dragon attack, incinerating the front lines like this buff got everybody moving different. Then Bake decides to go all out and turns into a beast like, yo, if I was a hunter and didn't have the powers of Jin Woo, I want beast transformations. Full stop. I mean, look at this man. That's fire. And you also got the cameraman chilling in the background, and respectfully, he can solo the entire verse. But we gonna talk about that later though. But we got the rest of the hunters putting in work. You got the bowman right here raining down fire like he's Thanos, and Bake is on the cleanup finishing them off like they're leftovers. Then you got Choi turning up the heat like this is a cookout or something, and Shaw is just slicing through all the ants, and you can see the absolute disgust on her face when she's slicing these ants. Like, I'm not gonna lie, these ants have done a number on these people, cause this is hate. But they took out all the guard ants, so now it's time for the ant queen, and she just off rip throws a strike to the tank, but it gets blocked. Then she tries to go in for a bite like this is a McDonald's or something, but the bowman gets his gat and lets off shots, and Bake is swiping at her, but like pouring water on a rock, nothing happens. But the ant queen blasts her poison on everybody, and it starts burning the hunter's skin. But Min, being the goat that he is, just heals it instantly. Like, this man is the MVP, just giving them infinite regen. Like, bro, the ant queen is chalked. So she tries to headbutt Min, but the tank, being a W man's, blocks it. Choi does a compression fire attack, and the ant queen is still standing. Like, yo, she's one one tough cookie. But the hunters let off an attack altogether, angering her, but she creates an opening for Cha to go to work. She gets a buff from Min and takes out the feet of the Ant Queen and slices and dices, cooking her up a storm. Then she does her finishing move, slicing the head off of the Ant Queen, defeating the boss. But it's not over, bro, because the rest of the ants are coming back into the cave after she let off a scream before she got packed up. And all I'ma say is, I don't know, we might be in trouble. But then all of a sudden, all the hunters freeze because they feel the aura of a menace. And we see the true definition of Black Air Force energy. He just walks them down, doesn't even say anything, and all the hunters are shook. Then he lets off his aura and all the S-ranks are quaking in their boots. But the tank tries to rush him. Bro knew if he did, he was gonna get obliterated. But the ant walks up to the Ant Queen, seeing that she got packed up, and just like Kanye said, I understand your pain. I lost the queen too, my boy. I get it, bro. But out of nowhere, bro starts eating her.
Pause.
And starts tweaking. Then the ant speed blitzes Cha and backhands her out of the way, turning her into a helicopter. Then the tank tries to slide for Cha. He swings his shield, but the ant crushes his arm and the shield like he was pre-serum Steve Rogers. The tank tries to use his spear, but his other arm gets tore off like, bro, chill. But Big steps up and gets packed up in one frame. Then Choi tries to blast him with fire, but the ant speed blitzes him, and just like that, it's over. He just got cooked. The bowman tries to do something, shooting the arrow, but the ant catches it and minks him out the way. He tries to follow up, but the tank comes out of nowhere and saves this man from getting a beat down. But Min is putting up numbers right now because he's the only reason why these hunters are still kicking, because if he wasn't there, boy, they would have been cooked. But the ant is dodging all of the attacks that the tank is trying to throw at him, and then the ant catches his leg and gives him the Hulk and Broly treatment. But this was all just a play to figure out where the healer was. Like, nah, this man is different. So Min gets one shot, but then the ant eats him. Oh, nah. But this whole time, the cameraman didn't even get caught once. Like, bro is so powerful, he wasn't even seen by the ant. Like, bro's in a different universe of power, respectfully. But the ant throws his friend's body at his bro, sending him back, and then grabs his neck and makes him lose his transformation. And then bro starts using his voice, the voice of his friend, using the voice of his friend to say the same thing that his friend told him right before he got packed up. At this point, we need a hero.